We've all seen the wonderful online stopwatch.com that allows you to set a time, start the timer, the noise when it is finished. However, what if you would like to use this in a PowerPoint presentation so that you can have the directions for the activity right beside your timer? Well, you have to start by downloading the file to let this online stopwatch live off of the web. You can do that by going to my wiki. When you're in region6pd.ncdpi.wikispaces.net, click on Presentation Resources. For those of you that attended the Flank Conference, I have put this file right into the web page. So scroll down until you find it. It's right here where it says Online-Countdown. Right-click and save the link as. The way that I do this to make it easy, once the box comes up, I actually put this right on my C drive. I have a folder called Presentation. If you don't have this folder created, click New Folder and call it Presentation. This is the easiest way to make sure that you can easily link to this file. Once you've opened up your presentation folder, you can see mine's already there. Save. And now you have the file located on your hard drive. Your next step is to go into PowerPoint, find the slide where you want to include the timer, and then we're going to put the timer right on the slide. Now there's a couple of steps we have to take before we can do this. The first step is to go up to the top left-hand corner to this little flower. Click on the flower, and down at the bottom, choose PowerPoint Options. When this comes up, the very top option is Popular Options, and we want to show the Developer tab in the ribbon, so we click the box to make sure that it's checked. Once we've done that, click OK. Now you'll see that we have a new tab up here called Developer. Click on the Developer tab. This gives us some additional options. Inserting this timer is actually going to make a macro, and that's okay, that's what we want. To get the macro in here, we click on these two little tools under Controls, and once those come up, we have to choose a shockwave flash object. So we're going to scroll all the way down until we find it in the list. Here it is right here. We're going to choose Shockwave Flash Object, click OK, and my cursor now turns into a plus sign. I'm just going to click and drag until I get the size that I would like for the timer to be. It will create a little box for you, and I think that this is a good size for my timer. When I'm finished, I let go, and then I have a box with an X in it. Now this is just the shell. We have to tell it what to point to. So if you will right-click on your mouse, you will see an option for Properties. Choose Properties. And there are a few things that we have to change. Under Movie, we need to make sure that we put the file path in where we just saved that online countdown. I saved it under the C drive because that's the easiest place to be able to locate it. And remember, we created a folder called Presentation. So we type in C:/presentation and then another front slash, and we have to put in the name of the file. We called it online-countdown.swf. So that is going to tell it which movie to play. The other piece that sometimes happens in PowerPoint is that sometimes this little spot that says playing gets clicked to false. If that happens, you won't be able to see your movie. So if you leave the presentation and you come back, maybe you accidentally saved, this will always reset to false after you've played it. So if you don't save your changes before you leave, that's fine, it'll go back to true, but if somehow this doesn't work, check to make sure that playing is set to true. Now we should be all set, so we can click the X to close the Properties box, and we're not going to actually see our countdown timer until we run the PowerPoint show. So go up to Slideshow and run the PowerPoint from the beginning, and voila, there is our stopwatch. So we can set it to 2 seconds, set it, and start it, and we can go about using our timer just as we would. If you'd like to change it, you can click back. Now, once you're finished with this, if you will right-click again and look at the properties, you'll notice that playing has changed to false. So if I'd like to show this PowerPoint again, I need to change this to true. Every time this stopwatch is used, it's going to set it to false. So you just have to go back and change it to true. Most of the time, this won't be a problem. Just make sure when you leave your PowerPoint that you don't save any changes, because this is the change that will have been made. You can use the stopwatch as many times as you like while you're in the presentation, and then when you're finished, just make sure that that's set to true before you exit the PowerPoint.